think the aid. To oblivion with these damned mages. No amount of gold is worth this kind of treatment. Sun and Shadow asked me to come measure her for a new dress. Soon after I arrived, a pack of Telvanni thugs burst through the door and dragged her off. One of them shouted something about Tel Arun. That's all I know. Please, just set me free!
Hello? Anyone home? Oh, Scrib Jelly. I'm too late. Yes, well, I came to warn Sun and Shadow, but it seems I arrived too late. I guess I should warn you too. My most benevolent master, Muthsera Gothrin, is disgruntled. Oh yes, peeved, in the extreme. Magister Gothrin promoted me to mouth, but he still grieves for Olassa. As you know, grief often gives way to anger. Apparently his gentle disposition has limits when it comes to assassinating his servants. Pity I didn't get here sooner. I thought perhaps with time his fury might abate. I'd make all haste to tell Arun if I were you. Muthsera Gothrin respects courage and candor. If you speak to him directly, you might receive better treatment. You go on ahead. I'll wait here for a bit. Best we're not seen together. No offense.
The Magister is expecting you. Good luck.
Eminently predictable, you and your lizard cohort. Ah, the murderer appears. I should thank you for saving me the trouble of hunting you down. Watching you peasants struggle against the inevitable is exhausting. Don't waste my time with flimsy pretense. Did you really think you could kill my mouth and get away with it? I see all. Your clumsy intrigue is no exception. If you wish to save your life and that of your friend, you will perform a task for me. That doesn't absolve you from blame. It just makes you sound stupid. I have no patience for stupidity. Now I wonder if you're equal to the task I've set for you. Magister Otheri made a discovery some weeks ago. A relic, or some dwarven device perhaps. He refuses to share the details, so I am compelled to take those details by force. steal his notes from Telnaga, and deliver them to my new mouth, Aerith. Magisters care little for the limits of morality, me least of all. I try to avoid turning people into shambling masses of screeching tumors, but in this case I could make an exception. At the very least, your scaled friend will die in chains. That depends on what information you retrieve. If it's useful, we can discuss the terms of the lizard's freedom. That's as much of a promise as you'll get from me. Be grateful I am giving you a chance to rectify the wrong you've done me.
What's this?
I'm quite
I don't like
sure you weren't
uninvited
invited
guests.
up here. Off you go.
Fine goods at fair prices.
Selling, buying, trading, right here!
Ah, I knew my master would show you mercy. Do you have something for me? Well done. I think my master wants to speak with you himself. Try not to make him angry, all right?
Well, it's about time. Come, servant. You retrieved the journal. That was competent. Ah, yes, this is Otheri's journal. His penmanship has gotten even worse. So, it's a dwarven artifact then. A merged tonal prism. My, that does sound intriguing. Seems he tucked it away in his Kwama mine, Zalkin Sul. You will fetch it for me. I said nothing of the sort. If your work pleases me, I may deign to release your friend and forget your misdeeds. But make no mistake, Noir. I've given you no word to keep. Go to Zalkin Sul, acquire the prism, then bring it to me in Tel Aru.
Oh, where am I? Oh dear. Just give me a moment.
Hey, you need something? Sure is. You looking for work? Nah, you're the adventurous type. Only time you'll lift a pick is to bash in some beastie's skull, am I right? Of course I am. What brings you out here to the arse end of nowhere? Well, it isn't locked. Go ahead and take a peek. Might want to keep it quiet, though. Don't want O'Terry's guards spotting you, trust me. They keep things locked down tighter than my fat auntie's bodice. Sure, I've got a few minutes. Yeah, who am I kidding? I've got plenty of time. What do you want to know? Other than O'Terry's guards, we have cave-ins every now and then. Unruly slaves and such. Then there's Mazanchent. But I'm sure you're not interested in that. Ash, get in your eyes on the way here. You can't miss those gloomy old dwarf towers. The way I hear it, Mazanchent ruins cut right under the mine. Plenty of treasure down there just waiting to be plucked. Well, that's what I've heard anyway. Just stretching my legs. And keeping an eye out for Magister O'Terry. You know these Telvanni, always barging in without warning and throwing their weight around. Come to think of it, he's been visiting more often than usual. I wonder why. Yeah, well, honestly, I mostly just act like I'm working. Pace the same and you sweat a lot less. Stuck-up dark elves, ash storms, slave labor pushing down wages. What's not to like? I shouldn't bellyache. It is what it is, and I need the coin. Got to take the opportunities where you find them. Just stretching my legs, and keeping an eye out for Magister O'Terry. You know the... Other than O'Terry's guy? Ash, get in your eyes on the... Yeah, well...
Intruder! Guard!
Guards, come quick! A trespasser!
Crazy machine, eh? Figured you'd find it quickly enough. I knew you weren't interested in Kwama Caves. One of those black-hearted magisters sent you to filch this thing, am I right? I've got a proposition. I can tell you what little I know and give you a key to Mazanchent. In exchange, you give me any notes you find in there. Anything about how it was built, what it does, anything. Got a nice offer from an interested party. So, we got the deal. Good. Now, pin those ears back and listen. O'Terry locked the crystal in this machine to keep it working. But he took certain parts, so no one else could turn the damn thing off. We get those parts. We get the crystal. The parts you need are somewhere in Mazanchent, but I'm not sure where. I spent a lot of time watching O'Terry. From what I can tell, you'll need a crank, a spur gear, one of the smaller pistons, and some kind of handle. Sure, I've been keeping a sharp eye on O'Terry ever since he set up shop in here. I still don't know what the damn thing does, but I'll tell you what I can. Prism? Oh, right. Now I see it. I guess he found it in the ruin, yeah? All kinds of dwarven antiques in there, along with the parts you need. I think he hides the pieces to keep us from nabbing the crystal, The paranoid old skeever. Sorry, but I skipped school the day they taught dwarf machine magic. Got no idea, friend. I could hazard a guess. Looks a little like my pa's old jaw harp. So maybe it makes music or something. Some kind of death music, I bet. Damn dwarfs. A rascal like me has to look out for his own interests, right? Well, Terry dropped his key a few days back. I grabbed it and made a wax mold while he wasn't looking. Didn't take long to make a rough copy. You've got to jiggle it a bit, but it works. Prison? Don't let some dwarven trap slice you up, eh? So, any luck? Sure, Bones, you were gone a long time. Had me a little worried. But here you are, all in one piece. So, don't keep me in suspense. You find those notes I asked for? Let's see. Oh yeah, this is just the thing. You're all right, Bear Cub. Once I pawn this gibberish off, it's chill winds all the way back to Skyrim. I'll finally breathe crisp mountain air again. Not lungfuls of ash and guama spit. Wait until I leave to unlock that thing, alright? I'm not anxious to see what happens when you pull that crystal... prism... whatever.
Collapse. The Quama are... What is this thing? Never mind. Get out of here through the east mine. The rocks were falling, the Quama attacking. So many lost. Has the dust blinded you? I barely made it out with my tail intact, and I wasn't far from the door. Some may have escaped, but not all. Oh, by the egg. What could have done this? I'm getting away from this place. Perhaps this misfortune can turn to my salvation. The slave masters will think me a corpse, lost to the mine's collapse. I can use that to my advantage. The Hist is calling me. I will pray for my lost friends.
Well, if it was up to me, I'd just have criminal filth like you killed. Go on. No need to stand there gawking.
You didn't get yourself killed? That's promising. Ugh, what's that I smell? Grease and Kwama dung? Let's make this quick, Noir. I won't have you soiling my rugs any longer than necessary. The prism. Do you have it? Well, that is a surprise. I do hope this isn't some cheap forgery, for your sake. Ah, some kind of merged tonal prism. A lively one, too. Fascinating. I do hope that fool Otheri didn't damage it. He's almost as clumsy as you. Vexhead, do you still labor under the delusion that you have some power in this place? It's hardly worth discussing. I've grown tired of our little chats. You completed the task I set before you. You can have your lizard back.
Sarah, I cannot thank you enough for helping me. I wasn't sure if I'd ever leave Tel Arun alive. I'm sorry. I know I've asked too much of you. Sage advice. I've had my fill of schemes for now. I plan to dedicate myself to my studies and try to patch things up with the Oki. The last time I saw him, I said some hurtful things. Again, thank you. Next time you're in Sadrith Mora, come visit. I am a free mage of House Telvanni. You had no right to imprison me.
You presume to lecture me? You, who conspired to kill my servant. Thank whatever scaly gods you worship that I didn't rend the flesh off your back and feed you to the tower's roots. Cross me again, and your life is forfeit. We're done here. Be gone.